Hi everyone, let us go ahead with the part 1 form of balance sheet. Usually we have to go through with specifiedly and clearly what all the format involved in the preparation of the balance sheet. This part 1 form of balance sheet will be helpful for us in the examination for 10 marks problem, so that we have to thoroughly understand what is involved in the preparation of the balance sheet. As in the last class, we have already gone through what all the contents are involved in the balance sheet. There are numerous working notes are available. Here we are having liability part of the balance sheet at one side. This is vertical form of balance sheet. Then later here we are going to have another, that is asset part of the balance sheet. This is asset part of balance sheet, right? For a time being, right now let us go ahead with the liability part, each note number of it. For example, first here we are having on the liability part shareholders fund. These all are outsiders funds which we have collected, right? In that it has been categorized according to the Companies Act. First one, share capital, reserves and surplus, then money received against the share warrant. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 working notes are available, so that we shall go ahead in depth what all the notes involved that could help us for solving the 15 marks question when it comes to the question arises for us. The first one here, note number 1, that is share capital. For passing the working notes or notes, we have to have a particularly, that is specifiedly known as, here we have to write it as particulars, then later here we have to write it as amount, as we all usually knows about it, right? Yes. Once after having, see, whatever the working notes that we are going to trying to understand, those all are just a kind of a sportive that could help us for calculating the questions which arises in the future, right? Usually in case of share capital, what happens, there will be one capital known as authorized capital. Authorized capital is also known as what? Nominal capital. It is also known as registered capital, wherein before the formation of the company, in company's capital clause, the authorized capital is been what? Mentioned. How much amount of authorized capital has to be there, right? Usually in authorized capital, assume that here 8,000 equity share of rupees 100 each. Assume that this is the authorized capital. 8,000 into 100 is equals to 8 lakh, so that we shall write it in the outer column, that is 8 lakh. Once after that, assume that there are 20,000 preference shares are available. Preference shares of rupees 10 each. At that time 2 lakh is the amount of preference share capital. See, when we make the combination of it, automatically 8 plus 2 is equals to 10 lakh. See, whatever here we are going to make, that could help us while when it comes to the calculation part of it. See, whatever the amount of this 10 lakh which is involved, that we are going to write it in the underline, because this is not a part of balance sheet. It is included, it is been shown in the balance sheet, but it is not been taken into consideration in the while calculating on the liability part of the balance sheet, right? Then once after, when we having the authorized, out of that the company starts issuing. See, whatever that I am going to take here, those are all are imaginary in nature. Assume that issued capital, in issued capital, assume that 6,000 equity share of rupees 100 each. Then 6,000 into 100 is equals to how much? 6 lakh, right? 6 lakh. Then later, out of 8,000 equity shares, 6,000 is been issued. Then later, out of 20,000 equity shares, assume that 20,000 equity shares are been issued. Preference shares are been of rupees 10 each. At that time, the amount of 2 lakh is the amount of preference share capital. Yes, here once when we are having the issued capital, so that we are going to make the total of it, the amount of this is 8 lakh, right? Yes, once when we are having the issued capital, later we are going to have the subscribed capital. Subscribed capital, it is again a what? It is a part of issued capital. Issued capital is again what? A part of authorized capital. Then subscribed capital and paid up capital. Paid up capital. Assume that the subscribed capital is 5,000 equity share of rupees 100 each and rupees 80 paid up. At that time, 5,000 into 80 per share is been paid up, right? Therefore 5,000 into 80 is equals to 4 lakh is the amount of issued capital with regards to issued capital. Then later, out of issued, assume that the 20,000 are subscribed and that too of fully paid. At that time, $20,000 preference share of rupees 10 each, right? 20,000 preference share of rupees 10 each. Therefore 2 lakh is the amount again which is subscribed. Therefore again, when we make the total of this subscribed, 6 lakh will be the amount of subscribed and paid up capital, right? Assume that the 6 lakh is available. Then later, once after the shares are been subscribed, means once after when the shares are been taken by the shareholders, then later the sum of the shareholders are, even after making the first call, second call, final call and all, some of the directors or some of the officers or some of the shareholders are unable to pay for that call. At that time we are going to remove the calls unpaid. Suppose if any of the calls are been unpaid, either it might be the director, either it might be the officer, either it might be the shareholder. Assume that it is given, assume that 15,000 is the amount of the calls unpaid. Then later we are going to remove out of it the amount which is available is 5,85,000 is the amount. Then later, once after that, some of the shares are being issued out of subscribed capital, but they are unable to, they have already paid the amount, but they are being unable to take the right of that share. At that time they are going to cancel their shares right. At that time when they are going to cancelling the rights of that share which is been already subscribed, at that time we are going to add that amount of forfeited share. The amount of the forfeited share, assume that it is 10,000. Therefore 5,85,000 minus 10,000 is equals to when we make add it 5,95,000. This is the amount with regards to what? The amount of share capital. This is note number 1. This amount of 5,95,000, whatever which has been taken as imaginary figure, that we are going to put in the balance sheet here in place of inner column, note number 1. Then later, next we are going to have the head is what? Reserves and surplus, which is note number 2, right? Yes. Therefore, let us go ahead with the note number 2, what is involved in that. Therefore, note number 2, reserves and surplus, as it is here, usually we have to write as particulars, then later amount. Then once after that, assume that what all the usual points are being involved in case of the reserves and surplus. There are various types of reserves are available with us. Assume that for a time being capital reserve is being given. Capital reserve, that is, assume that if it is been opening capital reserve is being given. The reserve for the capital reserve means what? The reserve which is being kept aside in the business that could help us for in the long run for the investment in the long run projects. Assume that the amount of capital is given as 2,50,000. Assume that 2,50,000. Suppose in the given question, suppose if in the adjustment in any of the additional reserves are been given, for example additional reserve during the year. Suppose if any additional years for the present year it is been given, at that time what we have to do? We have to add that reserve for the opening reserve. Assume that if the reserve is given, sometime if the reserve is not given, if it is not given, keep it as blank. Therefore later the 2,50,000 itself is the amount of capital reserve. Then later, once after the capital reserve, assume that suppose if the debenture redemption reserve is given. What do you mean the redemption debenture reserve? Suppose if it has been also opening. Debenture redemption reserve is a reserve where the company is going to redeem the reserve out of the share which is been issued, out of the debentures which are being issued to the debenture holders. They are having an interest to protect the interest of the investors, that too of debenture holders. That's what we are going to redeem some of the shares in the company. Assume that the amount of redemption reserve is 7,50,000. For that particular year, suppose if any additional debenture redemption reserve are given, additional reserve, suppose if additional reserve is been given, at that time that additional redemption reserve during that year we are going to add it. Assume that if it is 75,000, when we make the total of it 7,50,000 plus 75,000, we are having 8,25,000. This is the amount of debenture redemption reserve. Assume that suppose if it is been security premium, securities premium is available. Suppose if it is been opening, the securities premium which are issued to the shareholders, which has been more than the par value of the share, these also having an intention to protect the shareholders. Suppose the securities premium, assume that if it is given as 1 lakh, then for assume, suppose if any additional reserves are given for the current year, at that time we are going to add that particular. If not given, we are going to keep it as blank, then 1 lakh amount as it is. Then once after that, assume that suppose if it is a general reserve, amount of general reserve, suppose if it has been opening, the amount of general reserve kept in the business in order to meet with the contingent liability which is going to arise in the future, assume that it is 20 lakh. Again, if any additional reserves are been given during the current year, at that time, suppose if additional reserves are available, at that time we are going to add that particular reserve for the general reserve. Assume that if it is 3,75,000, when we make the total of it, we will get it as 23,75,000 is the amount of general reserve. When we have together, when we are going to add all these kinds of reserve, at the end when we make a total, 35,50,000 is the amount of reserve. Therefore, total reserve. Then this is with regards to what reserve. There are reserves and surpluses are available. Then later we have to prepare what? The surplus. Right? Suppose if surplus is, suppose opening surplus is being given in the trial balance. At that time, again in the inner column, assume that the surplus amount given in the trial balance is 50,000. For that, if any additional surplus means any amount of additional profit are given, at that time we are going to add profit for the year. Assume that the amount of the profit for the year is given is 7,50,000. At that time, when we add the amount of the surplus, when we add the amount of the surplus 50,000 plus 7,50,000 is equals to 8 lakh. Then suppose if any appropriation appropriations are given, at that time the first one is the transfer. Assume that transfer of debenture. If any transfer of debenture is been kept aside in order to meet helpful for the future, at that time assume that, suppose if it is 75,000. Suppose if any transfer of redemption reserve is available, that is 3,75,000. Assume that. Suppose if any proposed dividends are available, proposed dividend, the amount of the proposed dividend is 1,50,000. Suppose if any DDT, that is dividend distribution tax, suppose the dividend distribution tax is given, at that time assume that if it is 22,500. When we make the total of this and take it to the outer column, the amount of that is 6,22,500. When we are having 8 lakh, the amount of surplus, when we are going to deduct all these kind of surpluses, appropriated reserves, the amount of 6,22,500 taken to the total outer column, that is 1,77,500. This is the amount of the surplus. Then later, when we make the total reserve and surplus, 35,50,000 plus 1,77,500, at that time the total of that is 37,27,500 is the amount of total reserves and surplus. This is note number 2. Means this is the kind of format which I have taken the imaginary figure that could help us for calculating in the future, right? Then once after that, the third one which is left is note number 3, that is money received against share warrant. Money received against a share warrants. Then what does it mean? See, this is what do you mean by share warrant? Here the company is going to what? The company is making the promise to issue a certificate to whom it is going to transfer an instrument to the shareholder, stating that he is the bearer of that instrument, means he is already an existing shareholder of that company. At that time only he is going to bear that amount of share with a certain value, that he has to receive that. This is being done according to the what the SEBI guidelines which has been mentioned. According to the, depends on the company situation, the company is going to issue a share warrant to the shareholders. This note number 1, note number 2, note number 3, whatever that we have studied right now, these amount, or assume that the money share received against a warrant is 50,000. this amount of 50,000, note number 3, then note number 2, total amount, that is 37 lakh 27,500. Then later note number 1, this is 5 lakh 95,000. This amount 1, 2, 3 working note, this has to be substituted here in the note number 1, 2, 3. Then later we are going to make it in the total in the inner column, and that should be taken to outer column. Then later in the next class we shall go ahead with the next schedule of the balance sheet. Thank you.